Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, JustVyxx here, and we are here with another speed build today. I know, shocking. Me? A speed build? No. Surely not. But here we are. I thought it'd be really nice to do these kind of something a bit different today, and these are some townhouses which are inspired by where I live. Yeah, I live in a beautiful, quaint seaside town where you see builds like this all the time. And yeah, they're normally like 3 stories high, and I'm currently looking for a new place to live. So I feel like I may have drawn in inspiration purely from that fact. But I really like how these turned out. They're quite small, they're quite cramped, but I thought there was just something really cool about them that I just really enjoyed. And yeah, like I said, I feel like I've taken a subconscious inspiration from the fact that I'm looking for work, looking for a place to live currently, and I just wanted something that would look really lovely and would fit Windenburg really well. And I feel like Windenburg has a bit of a British feel. I think out of all of the worlds it has the most of a British feel. Yeah, don't hate me for saying that, but I do. It's just the Tudor houses. You see a lot of that in England. You see so much of that kind of panelling. So yeah, I really wanted to do that theme, and I had so much fun with this. You will see that hopefully as we go on throughout. They are a set of 3 townhouses, and I actually thought it would be really good to move in. Oh, I'm going to say it wrong, and please don't hate me, but the Parafius house, like the party house, and also the bro household into this, and then I've left one empty as like a fixer-upper, and I just thought that could be a really cool storyline. Whether you want to move these Sims in or not is entirely up to you, but I did enjoy the idea of this being a potential storyline where these Sims have kind of moved in, like, and they've now got their fixer-upper, and you know, maybe they don't get the best neighbours, maybe they get great neighbours. But I think with this sort of build, I really wanted to capture the idea of how, you know, they're all friends, they all kind of walk amongst each other's houses, so like you don't have to worry about locking the doors. If you wanted to get a roommate or do the roommate function, that's also available now in game, which is such a great function when it comes to building houses like this. And yeah, that was kind of my vision. But obviously you don't have to stick with my vision. You can do whatever you want. It's The Sims, and that should be what you do. Yeah, again with roofing, it took me a while to get, but I think we got there in the end, and it starts to look really nice. Very happy with this whole build actually. Yeah, it really is quite quintessential, and I just think it's lovely. And this roofing doesn't stay this way because I know it's really ugly. But how are you all? How are you all doing? Are you all having a fabulous week? I've had a very long week, which is why it's taken me quite a while to get this video out, but you know, it's happening now, and that's what counts. That's what counts. A very long week, very stressful week in the life of JustVyxx. But we move, and yeah, we're getting there, and that's what counts, right? So Ms. Rona, she is coming for everyone right now, but we move, we get there. You know, we've got to get through it, and we've got to support each other, and that's what's important at the moment. So yeah, and this is why I love also doing Sims videos, because they're kind of my little release. from the world. And yeah, I'm so grateful to have had so many nice messages on either Facebook or Twitter, or even on my profile itself, which was really nice. Like the first couple of messages I got, don't get me wrong, I haven't had loads, but I've had a couple, and it's nice to hear. It's nice to see that people are looking at these builds and going, wow, these are fab, and it's not just me thinking I'm great. But yeah, I do think they turned out really cool, and yeah, I do like my builds. I think my builds are really nice, and maybe I should celebrate them more. But yeah, we are just kind of moving on to the frame now. I do have I decided to get a reshader, I know, and I've got two. I've got Miss Lollipop, I believe her name is, and I've also got Harry's. And I just think they're both so magical in their own right. For a place like Windenburg, I really enjoy Harry's because it's got that kind of city, more chilled out vibe, which I really enjoy. But then I like Miss Lollipops in places like Sulani. I just think they make it look really magical. Yes, so we are onto the floor plan now. The floor plan did take me a while to get. I won't lie to you, it did take me a while to get, but once we got it, it looked great. And we've just gone down a level. It's been a long time since I recorded this footage, so I am kind of also trying to familiarise myself with it as well, so do bear with me if some of what I'm saying doesn't quite make sense, or I don't quite know where we are in the video, because the truth is, it's been a long week. In these back gardens, it's not very typical that you would have huge back gardens in houses like this. The whole idea was to build up, not out. So but I really wanted to have small back gardens, because otherwise you kind of end up with three houses that look the same externally but don't have much difference between the three of them, and I didn't really want that. Not gonna lie, didn't really want that. I wanted these builds to have a bit of character, and I thought the perfect way to do that was to include these funky little back gardens. And you'll kind of see what I've done. I've kind of made I don't know if you do actually have to check that, but I think I only show you one furnishing. We might show you two. You never know. Either way, when the build tour happens, you'll get to see the garden spaces. And like I said, one will be empty because it's a fixer-upper, and also maybe somewhere that you would want to move your sim and do your thing on the build. So I didn't want to do that one as well. As you can see, we are just going in with windows, and these windows are really perfect. These kind of big, thick framed windows. This ledge is the most annoying ledge, purely for the reason that my camera kept jumping up onto it. Was not a fan of this. It keeps happening, and I'm so sorry if it's really bugging you out in the gameplay. Yeah, I really do. Sadly, there was nothing I could do about it. It's just the way the lot is, and when I'm trying to look at the whole building, because I can't just go up floor by floor, because I need to make sure everything works and everything's looking nice. So I really was a bit stuck. Yeah, not gonna lie, I really did have a bit of trouble with that. But like I say, we moved and we got there, and that's what counts, right? So yeah, so as you can see, it's starting to really shape nicely. It was actually really tough to kind of put together, but we do get there. And like I see what I mean? Like we just jump really randomly, and it's so high, and it happens so quickly. So I am so sorry if this is really bad for anyone. Please let me know, because I will try my best for it not to happen. And if it does happen, I will try and edit out as much as I can. That's another really fun thing as well. Like, I'm having to teach myself to edit videos, which is a really fun skill to have. I won't lie, it's a really fun skill to have, and I've really been enjoying learning. And it's cool because I've also had friends come to me and ask me if I can help them with some of their video work as well, which is another reason why I've had to kind of halt all of this, because I've been working with my friends to do stuff for their videos, which is lovely, and I don't mind at all. Because I would rather help some friends out. these little parts of roof, I really wanted to keep them because you do pretty much see them on every build, every build. So I really wanted to make sure I kept them, and kind of the way we go about changing this inside the build is we actually just put a shelf over the top, and again you would normally have quite like a hallway that was quite wide and quite long, and normally there'd be, well, not normally, but sometimes there's a little bit that you can't get to, so I didn't feel too bad about keeping this in there. I know it's not particularly ideal, however, it doesn't for me, it doesn't ruin the build. It's a bit of the lot that you can't get to, so I felt it would be okay. The unfurnished flat I also keep as open plan upstairs for you to kind of add your own style. I kind of put some like base game and like an old kitchen in there, just so it's not completely empty. It's not completely empty. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do with this, and I think I'm going to keep saying it. I really enjoyed it. We are just coming up to the finishing details on the front now, and I think it really just pulls it together. I feel like sometimes, they say less is more. In The Sims, more is more. More is more, and more works. Like, it's amazing how quickly a build can come together once you add all of the details onto it that you wouldn't necessarily think would make a difference. But like, if this build didn't have that thick white trim around it, it wouldn't look the same. It really wouldn't. It would look a bit odd. Not going to lie to you, it would look a bit odd. But yeah, like I said, these are really typical of what you'd see, and obviously you've got that lovely little like downstairs nook, which also I put loads of stuff in as well. The Bro household gets a gym underneath it, and then the other flat gets like a really beige, really typical flat that you would see in England that would be rented out. Everything is magnolia, everything is beige, and just cream, and that's very typical of what you would find in the UK. Like, yeah, landlords just don't care. But I thought that would be really nice to kind of include that. And also, like, in the UK, this build, each floor would probably be a different apartment, because there's so many like rented spaces now that come like that, that's probably what that would be. However, I just wasn't feeling that fantasy, and I wasn't feeling putting on that many different kind of personalities into a build. I just couldn't manage it. So what I do is I keep them as full builds, and then the underneath space is something different. So if you wanted to use the roommate function, but you still wanted to move the Bro household and the I'm going to say it wrong, Parthius, if you wanted to move them in, you would still have the ability to, and then you could use the roommate function underneath, and then the fixer upper could be yours. See, I've thought of all different angles here. So, yeah, this was a really fun element, actually, was putting the TV, that's the word I'm after, the TV on this little fun stand, making this kind of custom bookshelf behind it, which I just thought was so cool. And you wouldn't really see that. Not gonna lie, that's not something you would see, but I just loved it, and it just looks so lovely that I decided it has to stay. It just has to stay. The kitchen was a bit of a struggle. It's quite a big kitchen, but because of where the doors are, and because there's a bathroom door in the kitchen, I really had to work around it. I really did. And what we end up doing is kind of a full line of kitchen. Oh god, that camera spin. Ooh, it's enough to make you feel sick. But what we do is we actually do a full line of kitchen stuff. Here we go, we're doing it now, which worked really well. We do like a fake like island kind of work surface, and then also in the back corner we have a desk, which I thought was quite nice. I thought that would be quite nice for that little nook in the back. Would be a beautiful little office space facing your kitchen, which you know, you've got to utilise the space you've got. So that's what we do. And here we go in with the lovely, oh no, not that. Come on, get us what we need. Couldn't decide on which one because I like they all looked fairly similar. But yeah, so we've got this like lovely little island area, and then we've got this desk coming in the back here. Especially like, I think the reason I put that in is because everyone is working from home in England at the moment. Like, well, not everyone. You know, big up to our NHS staff who are working so hard at the moment, and you know, also to anyone else who isn't able to work from home. We really appreciate you. We appreciate what you're doing. Please know that, and you know, our thoughts are really with you every day when you're putting yourself on that line, or they are for me anyway. And I hope that someone tells you they appreciate you today, because they should. So yeah, so we kind of have this nice little kitchen space going on, and oh, we're changing the desk. I didn't even realise that we changed the desk. But here we go. So, God, am I going to find something that I like? There we go. Very simple, very plain, but it works. It's effective. And then upstairs we do have... Oh, actually, the reason there's a beige flat underneath is because I thought... Because there's only 2 bedrooms in each house, so someone has to have the beige floor from the... Oh, God. From the party household. We're going to call them the party household because I can't say the word. I'm so sorry for anyone who doesn't know how to say it. I just can't get words out today. But yeah, someone has to move either into the beige flat from there, or you can go in and kind of change things about to make it more colourful and to match that personality. I just wanted to do something that was... Yeah, that was a bit boring. And maybe they're moving in there temporarily while they do up the other fixer-upper, and maybe they're going to live alone. Who knows? Maybe that's why it's open plan. Who knows? Who knows? You know. You know when you download it. But no. So obviously, like, there are so many options for the gameplay within this build, and I just thought that would be really fun. If you do decide to download this build and kind of play any of the storyline, please let me know. You can either talk to me on Twitter or tag me on social media somehow, or even upload it to the gallery with like your edits and just let me know somehow, and I will happily tour your builds, because that would be incredible for me. I would love that. But we are just kind of doing this hallway area, and I just thought it'd be really nice to have it like kind of feeling a bit cozy with some letters kind of sprawled out. And you know, we've got mailboxes out there already, and I thought it'd be really nice to have apartment mailboxes because they would just work so well. Tried to do some greenery outside, didn't like it, end up getting rid of it. But yeah, it's coming on very, very nicely, and I do really enjoy what this turns into. Yeah, it really does remind me of some of the stuff I've been looking at. Housewives. It's all just so bloody expensive. That's the issue. That is the issue. It's all bloody expensive. I also thought, as we had a bit of extra room, it'd be cool to have these massive walk-in showers. We'd call that a wet room here. And sometimes bathrooms are completely wet rooms. So like they don't actually have tiling. They have like waterproof lino. And it's not really a vibe. Not gonna lie, it's not a vibe for me. Don't enjoy it, but it is accurate, so I did want to include it. And yeah, then we're just kind of up into the bedrooms. I thought maybe the person who used this room was like a bit of a traveller. They like to go and see like lots of different places, and you'll get why in a minute. But basically, I put loads of the photographs, the sea photographs on the wall behind the bed, because I just think it looked really lovely. So we do go in with that, and we kind of have this blue theme throughout the whole build. It's very, very simplistic in style, but it just works. You know, why fix it if it's not broken, hey? Why fix it if it's not broken? But yeah, so as you can see, I'm just kind of placing some lights now. I do actually end up putting a ladder in this build and do like an attic conversion. It's so sad because normally the attic would have like a hatch, and then you'd pour the ladder down yourself. But sadly, we can't have everything in The Sims, and I'm just happy to have ladders. Not gonna lie, very happy to have ladders. And then with this room, it does get shifted about a bit because of when I put the ladder in, because it has to go between this room and the bathroom. So there's a few tiles that kind of get taken out of the side, but that doesn't come till much later. I really wanted to build some custom counters for this, and yeah, I think it turns out quite nice. It's not, it's not uncommon to have built-in wardrobe space for things like in England. So again, wanted to play homage. Thought I'd try and cover up some of the overlays with this lovely like books and like cushions and throws, and yeah, I just thought the thing that was in this room maybe had a really tranquil space, but also, oh, do I include this? Oh yeah, maybe so I do. Yeah, but also handy storage, something that we cannot get enough of in England, so wanted it to be really full of that sort of thing. And yeah, I really like how it ends up. Wonder if I could remember how it ends up. Every time I think it's at the end, it changes. Kind of joint those rugs together because once I sized them up, they were too big, but really liked them for the style of the room and the vibe that was kind of coming out of the room. So we do actually just lay two down and put them next to each other. Yeah, and then I thought a bit of pink in here. Can't go wrong with pink. Normally, if you were like renting a place in England, this wouldn't be possible. You can't really paint the walls. They don't really like it, which I always think is a bit of a shame. But I get it. They've got to make sure that people look after it, and yeah. I mean, I could talk about it for days because I really hate Magnolia. Really hate it. Really hate Magnolia. Really hate beige. Cannot be bothered with it. Think it's quite gross. But sometimes you just have to deal with these things, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, it's really starting to shape up nicely. Just kind of going in, changing out the lights that need changing, and making sure that we don't just keep in those little lights. The only place I really like to use those sorts of lights are in the bathrooms, because I feel like that's really typical of a light that you would find in a bathroom. But apart from that, I do try and make sure that everywhere has like a proper light, whether it be on the ceiling or around the walls. Don't always do both, sometimes I do. Really just depends on the build. But yeah, these are turning out to be very, very lovely builds, and I'm very happy with how they've turned out. We're just kind of going in, like I just said, and just kind of changing these bits of detail and making it so everything has a vibe and has a really nice feel. And so when I say more is more, it's things like those drapes on the curtains. Such a small detail, but it just makes such a massive difference to the mood of the building. And I just think that's, so important. And yeah, now we're going on to this hallway, which I really didn't want to leave bare, because not great to leave a hallway bare, even if it's not very playable. Oh yeah, and then some beautiful ivy up the wall. You can really tell that I do not remember building all of this, because I'm like, oh, that's so lovely. But honestly, I don't remember building half of it. It's been such a long time since I filmed it. I just don't remember building all of it. Kind of going in with like a washing line again. You would definitely see this, and yeah, and then going into this little flat that I was telling you about, which is going to be all beige. So you're really in for a treat with that downstairs flat. I tell you that, and I'll tell you that for free. That's something my nan would always say. Oh, I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, just kind of going around, moving like doors and just getting everything looking super nice. And yeah, well, as nice as I can make a beige build look, right? Because like I say, hate beige. Cannot stand beige. But yeah, pretty much everywhere in the UK has like some sort of fireplace. They've normally been boarded up, but we still have them. You can't use them, but we have them. So there you go. But I thought it'd be really cool to kind of carry on with this theme of TVs on fireplaces, which I really, really enjoy. I think it turns out super cool. We are also, this little area is turning into the bedroom now, and again I wanted to do built-in storage for this, which I think is actually probably more accurate than the other one. Like, this is very typical of what you would find. And then you'd have your drawers, or your wardrobe as such, sorry. And then you'd have, oh yeah, I really wanted to include some sort of like desk here, but then because I lifted it I realised that you wouldn't be able to use it because of the chair. So that was a bit annoying. That was a bit upsetting. But we kind of go with this, and then I just put them both sides and yeah, do that essentially, just so we can kind of use that as a bit of that space, because that is what it would be used for. And then you'd have like your clock the other side, and all your bits and bobs that were maybe like toiletries and things. That's what you'd have. So now we're moving on to the living room floor, and it's just this plain wood, and we do some tile. This tile I need to use more often, that I put down, because it's really stunning, and I can't believe I've not used it more often, but you know, we live and we learn. And I will be using it in another build soon, I'm sure. Yeah, and like I said, very much beige box. Even the bathroom is just beige. Landlords over this way love beige. I think it's just because it's cheap. But yeah, that's about it. We are just doing the finishing touches. I do actually move this TV and put it on. I put one of these down, these lovely tiny living TVs. But yeah, that's about it. We do a little bit of the nook in the garden out the front, and we put a table and some ivy in, and some bikes and some pipes, because normally the boiler would be like on this level, so I thought that would be cool to do. And then we just go in with lighting and make sure it's all fully lit. I really hope that you've enjoyed this build today. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me not be able to remember anything I did in this build. I hope it's not been too bad. If you have liked this build and would like to download it, you can find it on the gallery under JustVyxx. Please remember to like, subscribe and comment down below. And if you would like to upload this and, you know, fill the empty house or redo the fixer-upper, let me know, because I would love to see that. Just tag me on Twitter, that's probably the best way. But like I said, it's been an absolute joy to film this today, especially after such a long week. Thank you for your support that I've had from my last video, which is the Cluedo build. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out because it's amazing, and hopefully that Let's Play will be coming soon. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the near future. Have a great one. JustVyxx out. Why am I saying JustVyxx out? I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. But yes, I will see you all in the next video. Bye!